What is up, you guys? It is Frank the Tank, and for this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about my camera setup, and also I'm going to be making a change to my camera setup for future videos, and I have my reasons for it, which you guys are going to hear right now. So let's talk about this change first. Usually what I do is I record everything from a camera, but because of what's been going on with this camera, I'll get to that. I'm going to be switching to an iPhone for future videos because, well, for one, my camera's been going through some problems lately, those problems of which I will tell you. And also, I've noticed this a long time ago. I just chose not to make that switch, even though I could have. The quality from recording a video on a camera from an iPhone, it's just far better than that, which is kind of embarrassing because remember, originally, this thing is a phone made for calling and texting, but because of the things that they've been able to invent, it's so much more than that. It's insane. And it's kind of embarrassing because this is a video camera, specifically for photos and for recording video. That's it. It's not a phone. It's for recording video and taking photos. So you'd think that this would be better, but it's not. And you're going to see why later. So anyway, yeah, this is the camera that I've been using since day one. It's a Canon G7X Mark II. So a very popular camera amongst YouTubers, especially those who like to vlog. And I think part of the reason is this, because, you know, obviously you could see yourself when you're recording. I know a lot of cameras do that, a lot don't, but this one does that. And I doubt that anybody cares about, you know, like the quality and all that stuff. But yeah, this thing, it's all right. But, you know, after realizing what I could do with the iPhone, I realized this thing it's pretty suckish, especially for its price point. So, yeah, it records in 1080p quality. And it doesn't have 4K, but then again, who the hell cares about 4K? It's cool and everything, but really, who the hell cares? So yeah, that's really all I can say on this thing. I mean, the sound quality is all right, I guess. It's whatever's. But, yeah, I know a lot of YouTubers these days are using much bigger cameras than this, you know, because obviously they care about the quality and all that stuff and the sound quality. I've even seen some YouTubers use cameras with the little microphone thing attached to it that looks like a freaking duster or something. That's crazy. But, yeah, I've, like, for example, Darren Tang, his cameraman, I can't remember his name. I think his name is Jesse or something. I've seen him, what he uses. It's pretty insane, but you know what? Hey, if you got your own right-hand man to do all the camera work, then go for it. But they go all out with the camera equipment. Me, I'm a simple man. Small camera on a tripod. That's all I do. So, especially because, you know, I'm a one-man show. So, anyway, yeah, this thing, the problem that I've been having with it is this right here. So, take a look at that. That's where the battery and the memory card goes. There's their memory card right there. So the problem in there was that I don't know if you could see those four things down there. I think that they call those contact points. I don't know. But yeah, that has been the problem. The contact points in the battery and in the memory card. So for one, obviously, you know, well, the thing that sucks about this is that obviously you have to get a memory card, and you have to get one with a lot of space if you plan on recording a lot of footage. And also, the other problem is that if you were plan on recording for long periods of time, you have to have a lot of batteries handy. I literally have a small little bag with like 6 batteries in them. And, you know, I tell you, it lasts maybe about an hour, depending on, you know, like how long you're recording. I think it lasts about an hour, maybe a little bit less than that. So that kind of sucks. But again, the issue I've been having in here is that the camera, like I would put the battery in, I would put the memory card in, and it would say like memory card error. And I would have to like sometimes mess around with the memory card, like take it out, put it in until this thing stops displaying that message. Sometimes it would, I would put the battery in and it would say charge the battery. And the thing is that the battery would be fully charged. So yeah, it's the little contact points in there between the battery and the camera. It sucks. And I would constantly have to like just, you know, take it out and put it back, and until that message would stop displaying. And then it's gotten to a point now where, like, when I have my camera set up on my tripod, it, like, the slightest knock or jolt or whatever, and it would shut off the camera because those contact points have gotten sensitive or something. I don't know. And yeah, that sucks because for a lot of all my league videos and stuff, a lot of that, I have my camera set up on a table, and underneath that table is these circle things. I'm going to show you guys those, where you could put extra bowling balls in case the ball return gets full of bowling balls. And a lot of people just like to take their bowling balls and just and it would cause the table to, like, kind of shake, and it would cause it would move around the tripod, and it would, like, I would have to readjust it. And now, like, because of what's wrong with this camera, the slightest knock will shut it off. And it would, I've you guys saw, like, I mentioned this in my week 7 league video, where I missed a shot because the camera malfunctioned. That was the reason why. And now that's caused me quite the concern, because I'm afraid now that, I'm going to end up, having these problems a lot more, and I'll end up missing important parts of videos because the camera shut off because of those little problems that this thing is having. So yeah, that sucks. So I thought to myself, great, I think I need to start looking for a better alternative or something. And my alternative was, I thought, why not use an iPhone? Now, the reason I didn't make this change a long time ago, when I probably could have, was because this is the only thing I have. I don't have an extra iPhone. And also, yeah, like, if I could have used this, but the problem is that I use this one phone for everything. Like, during my league nights, like, I use it to keep track of my scores, for later on, when I have to make the video and I have to input the scores. I can't remember them off the top of my head. So I just add them in while I'm out there doing, playing my game. And yeah, I use that for to add scores in. And I also use it to take notes now too, because I can't remember everything in great detail, like what I did, like the strategies, the changes, the things that I was thinking while I was up there taking my shot. And so now what I do is I write my immediately after I've taken a shot, or before I'm going to take a shot, I write it in my notes in great detail what I'm thinking, or what change I'm going to make, or a ball change or something like that. So that way later on, when I provide you guys with the commentary for a league video, I can tell you guys in a more detailed way what exactly I was going through, or what I was going to do, or something like that. So that's why I thought, you know what? Well, I obviously can't record with the phone if I need my phone, so that's why I would have this handy. So, but thanks to my older sister, shout out to her for the coming in clutch here. She had an iPhone that she had one laying around that she wasn't using because the screen was cracked, and she doesn't like once the screen cracks, she's like, oh, gotta go get another one, even though it was fully functioning normally. But she had it laying around, and she's like, I have this phone I don't use. You can take it and use it to record with. So she wiped it out clean and gave it to me, and I set it up, and now I have an iPhone with like 64 gigs of space that I can use to record with. So now that's the change that's going to be coming about for future videos, is I am going to be recording from an iPhone camera, and I think this is going to be a good idea because, like I said, the quality from a phone is so much better. Like the field of view, or the depth or whatever, it's so much more open. And I'm going to show you guys the differences somewhere near the end, what it looks like from this compared to an iPhone. I tell you, it's much more open. You guys can see a lot more. It's really great. Part of the reason I felt like kind of skeptical about this idea like long ago was because obviously recording from an iPhone can be a pain in the butt if you're planning on, editing it and all that stuff, because obviously those of you who have ever tried this, the file format for an iPhone video is like MOV, and no video editing software will take that unless it's MP4 or AVI or something like that. So you would have to convert the file format in order to be able to edit that footage. And, it's just a pain in the butt, to have to plug the phone into the computer, click and drag and whatever. But luckily I have found like 2 ways around that. So the first way that I found, the first idea that I had was there's a app called InShot. It's one of many apps that we can use to edit iPhone footage. You can use the app to edit on there, and then just convert the file format to MP4. I don't know if any of you ever heard of that app called InShot. Some of you might have, so you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you can do that there, and then you'll have the footage all ready to go in MP4 format. You just click and drag into your computer, and you're good to go. That's one way. Another way that I have is I can just automatically just click and plug the iPhone into my computer, click and drag it in its MOV format, and I have a program that can automatically convert it to whatever format I want, including MP4. So I could just, I have two ways that I can, deal with this now. So it's good. So once I realized I had everything good to go, I'm like, yep, definitely switching to an iPhone to record for future videos from now on. And also, it's much easier to have this around, especially because, the battery charges a whole heck of a lot quicker than this. Like I said, I require a lot of batteries to be able to get through a day of recording a league video with this. Compared to this, it's just one thing, and the battery lasts a lot longer, that's for sure, and it charges a lot quicker. So yeah, I'm thinking like, dude, this is a perfect idea. So I hope you guys really enjoy this change, because like I said, the quality and the how open it is, it's really fantastic, and the sound quality from an iPhone is also really good too. Okay, so now we're going to talk about my camera setup and, what goes into it, how much stuff is required, and whatnot. So I think you guys are going to love this because it's not an expensive setup, apart from the camera or whatever. But yeah, it's not a whole lot, and you guys are going to love this because it's pretty plain and simple. So like I said, camera, tripod, or iPhone, tripod, that is it. That's all I do. That's it. So what kind of tripod? This is the tripod that I use. This is that mysterious, legendary tripod that I've been using for the past, I want to say, 2 years. But yeah, this is that. It's made by Ulanzi. Never heard of that brand. I don't think I've ever seen anything of them, their products in stores. I don't know what else they sell other than these. This has got to be probably one of those secret brands that you find deep within the inner reaches of the internet if you go searching. I found this on eBay, and yeah, it's so good. I love. It does everything I need it to for a tripod. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, but yeah, if you guys are looking for a really good tripod that's not super expensive, this is it, or at least I think this is it, and let me show you why. So I'm gonna walk you through this from top, or from bottom to top. So from the bottom, obviously it has the three legs like any other tripod would, as you do. And I love that at the very bottom, the edges of these things, it's like, I don't know what this is, if it's rubber or whatever, but it's very, very grippy. So you never have to worry about this thing. Like if somebody were to like shake a table or something like that, this thing stays in place because of it grips. So you could put this like on a wooden table that's like slippery or whatever, and you never have to worry about it falling over. It might move a little bit, but you know what? It grips, and that's what I liked about it, because that's one thing that I required from a tripod, because from other tripods that I've used in the past, I would always have to worry about the legs giving up, like if I would not open these things up all the way, or like if I wanted it like that to stand tall, the weight of the camera or whatever would cause the things to like just slowly. You know what I mean? That's one thing I always had to worry about, or sometimes one of the legs couldn't take it, and then the thing would end up falling over. With this, I never have to worry about that. So I love this tripod. So yeah, I mean, most tripods have like that plastic end to it, and it would just be super slippery, and it would just suck. So yeah, with this thing, you could set it like on a couch and it wouldn't really fall over. You could set it on a table and it will not fall over. So this is a good tripod. So yeah, and then the rest of the legs, I guess, are plastic, but yeah, it's got that rubber grippy type of feel to the end of it. And then moving on, as you can see right there, it's got this on it. So you undo it and it extends quite a bit. So I don't know how high up that is, but you get quite a bit of height. So that's really nice. So if you really needed to like, get up over something, like if you were I don't know if you had to set the tripod down and there was something in your way and you needed to get over that obstacle, this thing could do it because it has height to it. So it extends up like a selfie stick, like, you know, any other selfie stick would. So yeah, I guess this thing doubles as a selfie stick as well, not just a tripod, which is really nice. And you're going to see why. But yeah, you could do that. And then you could put this back and it will, you know, basically lock in place so you don't have to worry about it coming back down from the weight of a camera. And then obviously undo that and then bring it back down, and there you go, done and dusted. That's it. And then of course, moving on, this little knob right here, you undo that and it loosens this up so you can adjust that. If the camera's like not leveled or whatever and you needed to level it, you could do that, or get some kind of weird angle that you're trying to get. So that is what that's for. Real nice. Or if you needed to turn the camera around or whatever, it can do that. And then of course, if you see that right there, that means that this thing will take a camera, obviously, but your camera has to have that on the bottom to match it. So this is another thing I love about this, is if you do have a camera and you want a tripod where you don't have to constantly like twist the camera around to get it on the tripod, or you know, twist around the tripod to get the camera locked in place. This thing, you don't have to worry about that, because I'm not sure if you guys could actually see this. Yeah, that thing right there, it's on both sides, I think. Yeah, there you go. This circle thing, look at this. You just put that on there, twist this around, and it's on. So that's the beautiful thing about this. And like, say like, oh no, my camera's running out of battery, I got to change the battery or whatever. And obviously I can't open the little door for the battery or the memory card to get it out. Well, it's out. There you go, done. So yeah, and the best part is because like, say, I know one thing I had a problem with tripods in the past was I would have to get the camera off to, you know, get to the battery and change it or whatever. I would have to like move the tripod and, you know, once, you know, change the battery and then put it back on, and then I would have to adjust the tripod again and get that angle back. With this thing, you don't have to worry about that, because like I said, you could just have it sitting there. You could have it, you know, and you never have to worry about moving the tripod at all. You could just mess with this thing, remove the camera, and then put it back on. And like I said, this stuff will keep it in place, so you don't have to worry about that. So really well done. I really like it. And then of course, the reason I say this thing doubles as a selfie stick, you're going to see why. So like, say if you don't have a video camera, which those things we all know are very expensive. Say if you wanted to use your camera, well, you want to do that. You got that. There you go. Nice. Very, very nice. Brilliantly done. So yeah, you can use this thing. And of course, like I said, it counts as a selfie stick as a result. So yeah, you automatically are set up to record full motion video, because we all know if you put it on its side, it'll give you the full view or full screen or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if what I just said, but yeah, because I know a lot of you, like me, hate it when people record their videos like this and then the video ends up all cropped. So you don't have to worry about that with this. And then, but let's say if you did want to record your video like this for like social media or something, well, you undo that, like I said before, and then you can see that opening right there. Voila, there you go. And then you can just tighten this back up again. See? Done and dusted. And then the legs open up, obviously, so you can just set it down there, and it will not, I've tried this already. It doesn't, like, hold up a second. It doesn't, yeah, see? It doesn't even shift over because of the weight of the phone, because the weight of the iPhone for a tripod can be pretty heavy. So you don't have to worry about this thing falling over as a result of that. So yeah, this thing does it all. Also, I will say, I'm actually kind of surprised for all of that that it does. It's actually pretty cheap, at least from what I see. I mean, I don't know what the average cost for a tripod is, but this thing is, I can't remember the exact price point, but I do know that this thing is somewhere between $20 to $30, which is not bad considering what it can do. So that's what I use. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you exactly where I set this thing up to get that point of view that you guys see from my link videos. Okay, so here it is. This is that mysterious legendary table of which I put my tripod on. So as I mentioned before, these circle things, that are like metal bars or whatever. I don't know. This is where this is that extra space that I was talking to you guys about, where people can put extra bowling balls in case the ball return gets filled with bowling balls. So yeah, people just like to take their bowling balls and slam them on there, and then it causes the table to rumble. And yeah, luckily with this tripod, I don't really have to worry about the camera getting too, the angle getting messed up too much, because like I said, that thing really grips really well. It still moves, but not as much, and it doesn't fall over either. But yeah, this is that weird circle thing that I was talking about, where people can put extra bowling balls. You could put them here or up here, and then up top is the table where you can put stuff. And this is what it looks like. So yeah, there it is. See that? Tripod, camera, and then I raise the height a little bit so that you guys can see over those things. And there it is. See that? That's how I get that view. Plain and simple. Done and dusted. And then, yeah, it can take the camera. It can take the phone. No problem. And that's how I do it. So if you guys want to get a good tripod, definitely look into getting this one. It's really good. So, there you go. Nothing complicated. So hope you guys like that. Plain and simple. Less is more, I guess. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to demonstrate to you guys that change that I was talking about, what it looks like from a camera and what it looks like from an iPhone. So you are going to look at that right now. Okay, guys, so that was what it looked like from an iPhone and what it looked like from a camera. It looks much more enclosed. You don't really see a whole lot with this thing. And with this thing, like I said, you guys could see it's much more open. It's really nice. And the crazy thing is that I don't even have to zoom in that much with this thing, and it still looks pretty good. So I tell you, it's pretty embarrassing that a video camera got topped by an iPhone. But it is what. Well, to be fair, this thing was made way before this version of the iPhone. So, I mean, there are obviously cameras out there today that are probably really, really good, but still, pretty crazy. So anyway, that is my camera setup, the change that I'm going to be adding to my camera setup for future videos. And that's pretty much all of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you guys in future videos when I start recording with my iPhone. So peace out. See you later.